Get your hero t-shirts today, only 2 days left, get them while you can, because they ain't gonna come back, thank you. Hey, what is up heroes, and welcome back to another Pokemon Top 10. Today I'll be sharing with you my top 10 best Pokemon fan games for 2017. Now these are fan games, not ROM hacks, so you won't see the likes of Pokemon Gaia, Prism, Glaze, Light Platinum. Those are ROM hacks, and if you want to check out the top 10 best ROM hacks of 2017, click on screen now or check the link in the description down below and you can check out the video I did a couple of weeks ago where I discussed my top 10 best ROM hacks of 2017. And lastly, a lot of these fan games aren't complete. There's a lot of content here. Don't rush the creator because it takes a long time to make these games and you don't want to put them under pressure and make a really bad game. With that said, let's get into this list. So at number 10 we have Pokemon Legends of the Arena. Legends of the Arena is about a young hero who signs up to the International Pokemon Championships with his brother, facing many obstacles such as a sinister cult intending to manipulate the competition for their own ends, and a set of fellow contestants who will stop at nothing to win. So Legends of the Arena is actually really unique because you don't actually take on gyms. Each town you go to has a little championship and you have a certain amount of people at the start, and it gets smaller and smaller at every single town because everyone's getting knocked out. It gets to a certain point in the game where all these contestants you start kind of seeing on a regular basis, make friends with them, and you kind of go on little quests with them. It's a pretty cool game. I highly recommend this game. It's really fun. Your brother, you won't like him at the start, but once some stuff happens, he gets a bit tougher, and you start to like him a bit more, which is pretty great. But Legends Arena is really sweet, not too difficult. However, I would like to have custom avatars for your own character. You're kind of just using the Diamond Pearl avatars, which isn't the greatest thing in the world, but hopefully they get sorted at some point. But the story is really nice. Pokemon you can capture are really cool. Definitely recommend giving this game a go. So for number 9 we have Pokemon Sage. Now Sage is an incredible fan game. The opening cutscene is absolutely gorgeous. This game only features Fakemon, and in fact I would say it's probably one of the best looking fan games out there. The only reason it's at number 9 is because there's only about an hour's worth of content. Hopefully we'll see another demo soon, because playing through this game, it was only like an hour long and it was really fun. Sage is based in the Robos region, I hope I'm saying that right, a place based on the South and Central America. Like I said before, this game only features Fakemon, and I know a lot of people don't like Fakemon, but this game's Fakemon could easily pass to be real Pokemon because they just look so good. Highly recommend checking them out. But the game has no fairy types, no mega evolutions, and no other features from Pokemon Generation 6 or later. But apart from that, the game is looking very solid. I definitely recommend checking it out because the character sprites as well look so good. So for number 8 we have Pokemon Full Moon. Now currently there are 8 episodes of Full Moon, and that is about 10 gym badges, a lot of content here, and the game is very interesting. You follow a young girl called Luna who was basically run away from home, didn't like her parents, and then she finally finds someone who will take care of her, and you kind of get grouped with these new friends, and you'll come across some baddies called Team Lightning, and you'll fight against them, and a lot of stuff will occur. I'm not going to spoil too much. But this game features Mega Evolution, an in-depth story, a big adventure through the Avia region, 18 gyms, one of every type, 10 in the current release. And the best thing, this game is starting to introduce Generation 7 Pokemon. Episode 7, you could see like a few sprites like HeroVoltsy and a Litten as overworld sprites, but now in episode 8 you can actually battle like an Alolan Mark, Alolan Raticate, you can see some Alolan Executors. The game is looking really good. Can't wait for this game to be finished because it's a very fun game. Highly recommend checking it out because you could easily spend a good couple of hours just playing this game. At number 7 we have Pokemon Alabasta version. Now I really like Alabasta because it has a very rich and in-depth story. The gameplay wasn't the greatest to be honest, but the story, it was just very compelling. It kept me playing and playing. Absolutely loved it to bits. Now there's a few multiple choices in this game, which is fantastic. I love that in Pokemon games. You can join the baddies, you can join other baddies, you can join goodies. It's really good. I highly recommend checking it out. There's only 3 gym badges, but that doesn't sound like a lot, but the introduction to the game, like I would say like maybe the prologue, it takes a good couple of hours to finish if you fully explore it like I did. It's a very fun game, just very heavily story driven. So if you don't like fan games with a lot of story, I would miss this, but if you do like a very compelling story, 100% check this game out because it's very interesting. At number 6 we have Pokemon Reborn, a fan game I just got done playing, and I gotta say this game is very fun yet very frustrating at the same time. It's very fun because the story is really awesome, quite dark and really funny at times. Very frustrating because the difficulty of this game is pretty high. The awesome thing about this game, it's difficult in a good way. It's not just like, oh, you're level 50, try and beat this level 80 Pokemon. It's you're level 50, they're level 50, and they just have a very, very well balanced team, and they're going to absolutely destroy you if you don't think about your moves. Also adding to that are the field effects. In this game, there's many different field effects where, just for example, if you're on water, you can't use Earthquake. If you're in, like, I don't know, a fire pit, fire moves do more damage. It's stuff like that, and it makes the game incredibly hard, especially when the gym leader has the field type advantage. Like the last gym you do in the game, and the current release, has a field effect where it makes all fire type moves dragon type, and I want to fight a Whimsicott, which I could easily beat with a flamethrower. However, the field effect made me dragon type, and obviously Whimsicott is fairy type, so the dragon type not going to affect it. Makes it hard that way, and it makes you really think about what moves you have to go for and take advantage of the field effects, which is great. But there is a lot of content here, so much you can miss. I missed so many side quests and stuff because you have to fully explore absolutely everything in this game. I felt when you first play it, you get really overwhelmed with how big the city is, but once you kind of get used to a few things and know where to go and stuff, it's not that bad. However, when you first start playing this game, it can just feel really daunting. But overall, really, really fun game. If you're up for a challenge, definitely check out Pokemon Reborn. At number 5, coming in halfway through the list, we have Pokemon Ethereal Gates. Now to me, Ethereal Gates is easily the best looking fan game out there right now. It's absolutely gorgeous, and the music for this game is just so great. You should definitely just give the soundtrack a listen to, because the root music, the town music, is just so beautiful. But again, just like Pokemon Sage, Ethereal Gates will only feature Fakemon, which again, I think these Fakemon are absolutely gorgeous. Easily could pass off as real Pokemon. They're that good. The current release has 2 gym badges, and there's actually about a good couple of hours of content here, and it's definitely worth a check, because this game, I really hope it does get finished, because you'll play it and you'll think, wow, this needs to be finished and just be an actual Pokemon game. It's that good, because it's just so fun to play through. At number 4, we have Pokemon Celestite. Now, Pokemon Celestite is a fan game I absolutely love. Currently, there are 3 gym badges, lots of side quests, a few Easter eggs in the game, which is great, and I absolutely love the multiple choices you can choose in the game. One thing I absolutely love about this game as well is there is a new Rodon form. Not going to spoil what it is, and if you follow them on Twitter, you'll see a few updates for some custom megas, which look absolutely incredible. Not going to spoil them as well, but they absolutely look incredible. Can't wait for the skin to be finished or future updates coming out, because this game, really fun to play through. Definitely check out Pokemon Celestite. At number 3, we have Pokemon Rejuvenation. Now, this game was inspired by Reborn, really similar to Reborn, but I just like it better. I like the characters a lot more, and I don't know, I had much more fun playing this game because I think the story is just a little bit better in my opinion. I quite like it. The game's difficulty is it's pretty hard. When I did play it, there was an option for easy, normal, and hard. I went for normal. Got to the about 8th or 9th gym, and I just could not do it. The fire gym was extremely difficult for me, so I had to bump it down to easy once a update came out, because they could let you change the difficulty, because I think some people were having problems. Just that fire gym was incredibly difficult, but for me, I started playing Rejuvenation for a challenge, and then I would say after a couple of hours, it became more for the story, because I've really started enjoying the story. I thought, I don't really care about the difficulty right now. I'll put it to easy because I just want to enjoy this game, because it's really fun. And if you want a challenge, again, put it on normal, even put it on hard. If you just want to enjoy the story, it's a very compelling story, just put on easy, because the story is really good, and easy is still, you know, it's still pretty hard. It's not, you know, I'll put it easy mode, you're going to breeze through the game. It's just some of the levels are a little bit lower, the AI is not as tough, but it's still a very difficult game. Anyway, Rejuvenation, play it. At number 2, we have Pokemon Insurgents, probably one of the best known fan games out there right now, and for good reason, because Pokemon Insurgents is pretty much a masterpiece. It's so good right now, and I cannot wait for the game to be finished. Current release has a lot of content, but the game has custom megas, Delta Pokemon, which are essentially Alolan forms of Pokemon. If you think about Alolan Pokemon in the Alola region, basically Delta species are pretty much like that, but I would say a lot better. The story of this game is just very compelling. It kept me just interested the whole time. Pokemon Insurgents is something that you just got to play through because the creators just listen to the community and they know what we want and stuff we didn't even know we wanted, and they just gave it to us, and the game is just phenomenal. I would 100% recommend this game, and when it gets finished, oh, you can expect a brand new play for this game because I just want to play for it again. But I'm just waiting for the final release because it's such a great game. It deserves, you know, that full playthrough. It's just, I cannot wait for it to come out, to be honest. So before we get to number 1, we have 2 honorable mentions, and they are Pokemon Chaos and Pokemon Spectrum. If this was a top 12, they would be 11 and 12, 100%. These 2 fan games, very fun. Some really great Fakemon, really great story. 100% just check these 2 games out because I think you will enjoy them. Coming in at number 1, if you guys saw my playthrough of it, you know exactly what it is, and it is Pokemon Uranium. This game is absolutely incredible, a masterpiece, and such a shame Nintendo had to like send that cease and desist because this game, incredible. If you can get your hands on it, play it 100% because the game's Fakemon are absolutely incredible. The region just well laid out. This game was just so fun to play through. Have to put it out there, Nucleon, the nuclear type evolution, favorite Pokemon in the whole game. So good, so overpowered. If you're gonna play through it, get that Eevee, get that Nucleon. It is just so broken. Give it a Life Orb and give it Hyper Voice. It's just going to absolutely destroy everything in its path. But it has a very compelling story, and it got introduced a new type, Nuclear type. Links into the story, don't really want to spoil too much, but the typing is awesome. Basically, it is strong against everything but Steel type, and it's weak against everything. Really cool concept. If you can get your hands on a copy, it currently is complete. You can get all 8 badges, do the Elite Four, and there's a little bit of post content there as well. The post content isn't 100% completed, but apparently some people at Reddit are working on the game to completely finish it, which is very awesome of them because there are 3 legendary Pokemon you'll learn about throughout the game, going to like a museum, and they look so cool, and I was really hoping to capture them, but they aren't actually in the release right now, which really sucked. But the legendary Pokemon you do find in the game right now are still pretty awesome. And one thing I absolutely love about this game as well, and I love about other fan games, is when they introduce Fakemon that evolve from real Pokemon. For example, Primeape has an evolution in this game, and it's actually pretty decent. Just makes me want to use Pokemon that I previously would never have used before. And it's just so fun to see and like get that custom evolution and think, oh man, if you evolved in the real game, that would be so sweet. But like I said, Pokemon Uranium is an absolute masterpiece. The team behind it should be really proud of themselves because they've just set the standards for fan games. And I think that any fan game coming out now has to try and, you know, kind of live up to Uranium standards because Uranium is just incredible, to be honest. Let's put it bluntly, it's just incredible. Well, there you have it. Those are my top 10 best fan games of 2017 to play. There are fan games coming out, you know, every year, every other month. Demos come out. So this list could potentially change in a couple of months. We'll see. I will update you guys when I play some more fan games and if there's anything new coming out. Our next top 10/top 5 coming out is going to be a top 5 upcoming fan games, which aren't actually released yet, but they're actually looking at pretty decent. I want to give you guys a little bit of information on in case you want to keep up to date with that game when it comes out. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Peace.